Namaste, dear students. At first, I want to welcome you to our English virtual class of grade 6. Dear students, today we have something interesting. So before starting our class, I want to ask you a question. Are you enjoying the virtual class? Well, you might be. So today we are going to read a story. And at the same time, after reading a story, we are going to do some exercises based on the story. So, do you like to listen stories? Very good. Listening stories very interesting, You are listening many stories. Your grandmother tells you a story. Maybe your father tells you a story, So, story very interesting, So, are you ready? Because I am going to tell you a story today from your textbook. And today we are going to learn the story from Unit 3. Dear students, before starting our class, I want to request you to take out your exercise book, a pen or a pencil. And whenever necessary, you have to write down important things. Okay? Are you ready? Very good. Dear students, now first of all I want to show you some pictures. Okay? Look at the pictures. It's written, look at the pictures. So first picture I want to show you. Can you tell me, dear students, this picture? You just think, okay? Again I want to show you another picture. Look at, yes. Now I have a few questions for you about these pictures. Have you thought? Then, now, tell me, what is the first picture about? Can you guess? Where is this place? What is its name? Oh, you are nearly correct, It is Banaras, Have you ever heard the place Banaras? Where is it? All right, it's in India. Do you know why do Nepalese people go to Banaras? Okay, later on we'll know after reading the story. All right, so you have to watch me, you have to listen to me till the end of this class. So are you ready? Very good. Now the next question is, who are the three boys? Look at, there are three boys, no? 1, 2, 3. Can you guess who are they? So later on you will find, but you guess and try to write down in your notebook, and later on you will check whether you are right or wrong. Dear students, the third question, what are they talking about? Can you guess? What are they talking about? So you have to link up between these two pictures. It is Banaras and there are three persons. Can you tell me who are they? Yes, they are Brahmins. I think you have guessed something. Oh, later on, after the story, you will know about that one. All right, very good. If so, now we are going to read a story. I have already told you, listening story is very interesting, There are many characters. We get lesson from the stories, So very interesting. So today, do you like to listen the story? Very good. So, what is the title of the story? Yes, it is Wheat. Please spell it once again. W-I-T, wheat. Once again, W-I-T, wheat. Dear students, what is the meaning of wheat? Can you tell me the meaning of wheat? Because I am going to tell you the story of wheat. The title is wheat. So, do you know its meaning? Well, don't worry. Later on, you will understand the meaning of wheat when I tell you the story. Okay? So, at last, you have to tell me its meaning. Are you ready? So, you have to listen to me very carefully. You have to watch me very carefully. Okay? Now, see, first of all, you have to read with me. Okay? Banaras was a center for learning for Nepalese students in the past. Don't forget, dear students, see, Banaras, it is the place in India, was a center for learning for Nepalese students in the past. Many people went to Banaras to get education. Now you have to tell me, why do Nepalese people go to Banaras? Well, they go to Banaras to get education, and it is the story, okay? So we are talking about past time. See, Banaras was a good place for Nepalese people. Why? To get education. Nepalese people went to Banaras to get education, especially the Sanskrit language, okay? In Sanskrit language. There were no buses and trains then, and at that time there was not the facility of buses. Nowadays, if you want to go from one place to another place, we have modes of vehicles, like you can go by a bus, you can go by an aeroplane, such modes of transportation you can use. But in the past, there was not the facility of vehicles, okay? Three Brahmin boys also went to Banaras. Do you know? They studied astrology. Later on, I'll tell you the meaning of astrology. But now, you think the meaning of astrology, okay? For many years, they worked very hard and completed their degrees. Do you know the meaning of degrees? So you have to think, okay? Later on, I'll ask you. Inside their minds, they had a feeling of unseen competition. Each of them thought he was better than the other two. Everyone thought he was the best. Dear students, so far you have to understand there were three Brahmins. They went to Banaras, and they went to Banaras. Why? Yes, to study astrology, okay? They were good friends, but at the same time, they had a kind of thinking that one was the best. This one friend also thought that he was the best one, another also thought that he was the best one, and again another friend also thought that he was the best in knowledge, okay? Now, you have to, I think, you might have already guessed the meaning of astrology. So what is the meaning of astrology? Look at the study of the positions of the moon, sun, and other planets in the belief that their motions affect human beings. Look at this picture, dear students. We have 12 horoscopes, okay? We believe in that one. And that is made based on astrology, okay? And the persons who learned astrology can say the future of someone. Suppose if you go to someone and if you show your palm to tell about your future, at that time, that person should have studied astrology. Okay. Now, another meaning, I hope you might have guessed the meaning of degrees. Do you know the meaning of degrees? Let's say, degrees means levels or standards. We can say bachelor's degree, master's degree, okay? It is the level of our study. It means these three Brahmins also completed their particular levels of their study. Is it clear to you? Very good. So, I hope you are writing the meanings of these words also. If so, dear students, see, after completed their study, what they thought, Look at, after study, they return home. When they completed their degrees, then they returned home. All right, is it clear to you? Very good. They walked all day and spent the nights in one of the houses on the way. Dear students, I have already told you that in the past, there was not the facility of buses, okay? No vehicles. That's why they walked in a daytime also, and they spent their time in a person's house, okay? There were no hotels then. Nowadays, if you go to visit some place, you can find many hotels, guest house, houses, but at that time, in the past, there were not hotels also. There were not guest houses also. That's why they spent their night in a person's house. All right. So, travelers begged private house owners for shelter. One evening, the three Brahmins stopped at a house in a mountain village. They asked the landlord, look at, while they were walking on the way, at that time it was getting darker, it was getting night time. That's why they need to search, let's say, a house. I have already told you that at that time there were not hotels, not guest houses, okay? That's why they reached a house, okay? The three Brahmins stopped near the mountain village and they asked the landlord, look at, there was a small house and there was a man. So you have to guess the meaning of travelers, shelter, landlord. So have you guessed? Please write it down in your notebook and you check with me. See, they asked, what did they ask? Yes. When they reached the house and they saw the landlord in front of the house and they requested, can we stay the night in your house, sir? See, they asked, can we stay the night in your house, sir? So what do you guess? What would the landlord say to them? Please guess. So before saying the landlords, you have to know the meaning. So what's the meaning of travelers? Tourist, all right. Persons go from one place to another place, okay? And we have again, see, another word is shelter. What is the meaning of shelter? I have told you that when the three Brahmins were walking, at that time it was getting darker. So to be safe, they were searching a house. So shelter means a place for safety, all right? Another meaning, landlord. I think you might have already guessed. See, this house belongs to this person. So this person is the owner of this house, okay? This is not my house. This is not your house. This house is this man's, okay? So this man is the landlord of this house, all right? House owner. Is it clear, dear students? So I hope you might have already written the meanings of these words in your exercise book. Good. Now, what did the landlord say? Guess. The landlord said, can you guess what did he say to them? Oh, now you can check. See, the landlord said, my house is small. Please find a bigger house. Look at the picture, dear student. The house seems to be a small one, okay? Small house. So the landlord said, my house is small. Please find a bigger house. It's very clear, yeah? Now, what do you think the three Brahmins would do there? Try to guess. Oh, now look at the three, it means the three Brahmins went to another house a little far down the road. From that house they went a little bit farther, okay? And there was another house, okay, near the road. And one of them asked, who? One means who? One of the Brahmins. There were three Brahmins and one Brahmin asked, can you guess what he asked? See, this is another house, okay, in the story, and there is another landlord. Now you can guess what did the Brahmin say, one of the Brahmin. Please guess. Now you check your guess whether you are right or wrong. Can we spend the night in your house, sir? We are tired and it is already late to walk any further. Look at this Brahmin said that, sir, can we spend our night in your house? Because it's already getting late and we are also tired. That's why we cannot walk more. Please give us shelter. This Brahmin requested to the second landlord. Is it clear? Is your guess right? Well done. Then what do you guess? What did the second landlord say to the Brahmins? Can you guess, dear students? Look at. Still you have a time to think. Now you can say the landlord asked. What did he ask? Yes, he asked, who are you? See, This landlord did not know these three Brahmins, and these three Brahmins were also new to the landlord. They were strangers, they were travelers, they were tourists for him because he did not know about these three Brahmins. So he asked them, "Who are you?" Now guess what would they say to the landlord? All right, we are three Brahmins. We are back from Banaras. We have got degrees in astrology. We can tell your future. They replied. See, there are three things they said, The first thing, they were three Brahmins and they came back from Banaras. They completed their degrees in astrology, okay? And at the same time, they could tell the future of this landlord. All right. So, what do you guess the landlord said? Please guess. Now look at what the landlord would say to the three Brahmins. The landlord got interested in them. See, the first landlord said that he had a small house, so they could find bigger one, okay? But this time the house was also bigger, and the second landlord was interested to give them shelter. All right, that's why the landlord got interested in them. Why was he interested? Very good, because the Brahmins said that they had completed their degrees in astrology and they could tell the future of the landlord. Is it clear, dear students? Very good. They said, the landlord asked them, see, first, the landlord asked, "Who got the highest marks among you?" The landlord was interested in them when they said that they could tell the future of the landlord, and at that time he asked, because there were three Brahmins, okay? So he wanted to know who is the, you can say, best one, okay? Who was best in telling the future. That's why he asked, "Who got the highest marks among you?" You were three persons there, and who got highest marks in your degree, in your astrology? The landlord asked. And at that time, the Brahmin, see, the first Brahmin replied, said, upon this, one of the Brahmins replied, "We have all got equal marks, but I think I am the cleverest." Up to here, it's fine, dear students. See, he was very fair. Upon this, one of the Brahmins replied, "We have all got equal marks." This Brahman said very truly. He said that all of them got equal marks. No one got the highest marks. Okay, no one got the lowest marks. All right, he said they got equal marks. Equal marks means it can be 70 or 80 or 75, but all of them got same marks. All right. But he said, look at, he said that he was the cleverest. He said that out of these three Brahmins, he said that he was the cleverest one. Is it clear? Very good. So if you were in this situation, what would you tell? Would you tell that you would be the most intelligent or most talented, or you can say most, let's say, cleverest? Well, is that good or not? Later on, you will know. Then again, look at another Brahmin. He was not happy what the first Brahmin said, okay? So, he said, hearing him, another Brahmin said, "He is wrong. I was the most hardworking, so I am the most intelligent." That first Brahmin said that he was the cleverest one, okay? But this Brahmin was not happy with him. So he said that he was not the cleverest. And he claimed himself that he was the most hardworking in his study time when they were in Banaras, okay? So he said that he was the most intelligent. All right. Now, what do you guess the third Brahmin would say to the landlord? Please guess now. And if you were in this situation, what would you say? Very interesting, yeah? See, the third Brahmin said, the third one also claimed that he was the best. All right? Dear students, please understand that The Brahmin said that they all got equal marks, but all of them were saying that the one was, let's say, best one. They were not saying that the three were the best. Okay. So then what happened? Listening to them, the landlord said, the landlord listened to all the Brahmins, three Brahmins, okay? He listened to the first Brahmin, what he had said. He listened to the second Brahmin, what he had said, and he listened to the third Brahmin also. And again, what he had said, okay? After listening to them, now the landlord said, listening to them, the landlord said, I will let you spend the night in my house on one condition. See, the landlord also wanted to know. He said that he would give them a shelter, okay? But there was one condition. And if they could reach that condition, or if they could accept that condition, then only they could get a shelter. Otherwise, they might not get, okay? So, when the landlord said that there was a condition for them to give a shelter, then these three Brahmins asked, what's that? They asked, because they wanted to know, because they needed a shelter, because it was getting darker. They were very tired, That's why all of them asked together, what's that? Now, can you guess what could be the condition given by the second landlord here? Please guess now. Now look at, dear students, look at the landlord here, okay? He had feast there, and the three Brahmins were also there. So the condition, the landlord said now. What was the condition? Have you guessed? Now check your guess, okay? See, the landlord said, I have got something in my hand. If you can tell what it is using your knowledge of astrology, you can stay. Now the landlord said that, look at my hand, okay? And he made this type of hand, And he said that, if you could tell my future, you could tell me what I had in my, let's say, fist, in my hand, okay? So what do you guess? Do you think that the Brahmins could tell what was there in his hand? You guess, okay? Now, I am going to show you again. Are you interested? All right. Now, the three Brahmins used their knowledge of what they had read. They decided that the thing in the man's hand was round in shape. Dear students, look at. The man's hand was in round shape, okay, like this one. It means something there, okay. So the three Brahmin also wanted to use their knowledge. They said that they had completed their degrees in astrology and they could tell the future. All right. So they decided that the thing in the man's hand was round in shape. When they saw that the man's hand was in round shape, they thought that there was something in round shape, okay, in round shape. That's why one of the Brahmins said, one of the astrologers, do you know, a person who studies astrology is an astrologer, okay. So one of the astrologers means one of the Brahmins here, okay, thought it was dinner time, so the landlord must be holding something to eat. See, they were very tired. It was getting darker also, and it was dinner time, It was time of having our meal. So because of their hunger also, they thought that there was something in this landlord's hand that was related to the meal, related to something that we eat, okay? So what do you guess? Is that right? Is his, let's say, guess right? Check, okay? The landlord said, no, said the landlord. He said that he did not have the thing, something to eat, okay? Although it was a dinner time, although they were very hungry and tired, there was nothing to eat, the landlord said. So what could it be? Please guess again. Now another Brahmin said, look at, dear students, very interesting. Another one thought that people in villages use grinding stones in most houses. They use it for grinding cereals like maize, millet, wheat, etc. So he said, another Brahmin said that nowadays also in our villages you can find the villagers use this type of grinding stone, okay? So we use it to grind our cereals. In the cities we can find grinding machine, okay? We connect it to the electricity and then that grinds our cereals like maize, millet and something else, okay? But in our villages, our villagers use this type of grinding stone, and he thought that his hand was in round shape. So he said that in his round there was a grinding stone. So he said it must be a grinding stone, sir. Okay, do you think he was right here? Again you have to check, okay? I will show whether your guess is correct or not. Now the landlord said again wrong, said the landlord. The landlord said that there was not a grinding stone in his hand. Is it clear, dear students? Well, now what do you guess the third Brahmin would say? I want to show you. Can you guess? The third Brahmin was a bit cleverer. He used his reasoning and said, say I have given you a clue. So can you guess what was there in his hand, the landlord's hand? Now I want to show you. See, it is in round shape. That's why the third Brahmin was cleverer, and he said, sir, I think it is a coin in your hand. Do you know the meaning of coin, dear students? Look at the picture of coin, okay? Sir, I think it is a coin in your hand. Grinding stone and dish are bigger than your hand. Dear students, now you think, if that landlord had a grinding stone, then was that possible to keep in the hand? No, the grinding stone was bigger than his hand, and the dish was also bigger than his hand. That's why he used his cleverness there, okay? And he said, you can't hold them in your fist. He said that he could not hold the grinding stone also, and let's say dish also. So he said that that must be a coin. Now what do you guess? Is that right or wrong? What did the landlord say, dear students? Please tell me. Now check, okay? He said, you are right, said the landlord. Your friends use their knowledge of book, but you use your wit as well. Now I think you get the meaning of wit here also. You are the best. He offered them a good meal and sleep. Now the landlord was happy with this third Brahmin. When he said that there was the coin in his hand, he said that that was right, okay? And at this time, this Brahmin was not using his knowledge of astrology, not using his knowledge he read in his book, okay? But he used his wit, wit. Wit means you can say intelligence or cleverness. Sometimes only book knowledge cannot work in our life, okay? So he, let's say, read the situation, look at the hand shape, and then he said correctly. That's why the landlord was also very happy, and he was ready to give them good meal because it was time of dinner, and he gave them shelter for their sleep. All right. Now, what is the moral of the story, dear students? Can you guess? What do you learn from this story? What is the lesson of this story? Please tell me. I think you might have thought. Now check your moral with me, okay? See, the moral can be wit, intelligence or cleverness is better than book knowledge, okay? Or you can say common sense is better than book knowledge, all right? Or again you can say the moral, common sense is not a common thing, dear students. We say, hey, use your common sense every time, no? But common sense is not a common thing. Look at the story, look at those three Brahmins. the two Brahmins could not use their common sense because the hand was small. But they said that there was dish, they said that there was a grinding stone, so no common sense. That's why common sense is not a common thing. Is it clear? Well, dear students, I hope you might have better understood the story. So we are going to do some exercises based on this story, okay? Let's do some exercises. Now complete the following sentences using the words given below, okay? These exercises are from your textbook. Now look at, there are 4 words: astrology, shelter, landlord, grind. Now you have to fill in the blanks with these words. Now in number A, we use a millstone to grains. What can be the correct word here from these 4 words, dear students? Now check your answer. What is it? Alright, we use a millstone to grind grains. Very good. And don't worry, if you are not right, please correct now, okay? Write correctly now. The correct word in the first sentence is grind. Dear students, now tell me, which one is the correct word for number 2? In case of a storm, run to a nearby. Yes, now check your answer with me. That is shelter. If there was a big wind, storm, and it would be dangerous to you, at that time, you have to run to a safety place. All right. So what can be the correct word for number 3? Mai collects the rent on the first day of every month. Your answer should be landlord. Very good. And obviously, number 4, you can tell me correctly. What's that? All right, now you checked. Yes, astrology studies our horoscopes. Okay, there are 12 horoscopes. Which one is your horoscope? All right. Now, I want to take you to another exercise. Put the following sentences in the correct order. Follow the order of the story. Dear students, you did this type of exercise in your grade 5 also. So you can do it easily. What happened first in the story, you have to write first. Okay. What happened in the second? What happened second in the story, you have to write second. Okay. So it is given in not order. Okay. So you have to order them. Now the sentences are: look at, the landlord offered them good food and shelter. 2 of them could not answer the landlord's question. On the way back home, a landlord asked them a question. The 3 Brahmins studied astrology in Banaras. The third one gave the correct answer. So which sentence should be first here? I hope you might have already guessed. Now check. Yes, it's the 3 Brahmins studied astrology in Banaras. Okay, this event happened first in the story. So what can be the next one? Please think and tell me. Now check with me. On the way back home, a landlord asked them a question. All right, and what can be the third? 2 of them could not answer the landlord's question. All right, and fourth, the third one gave the correct answer. All right, see, the third one said that there was a coin in his hand. All right, see, now you have to guess which one is for number 5. It is the last, okay, in this exercise. Yes, you are right. This is the landlord offered them good food and shelter. Dear students, read it once again. You will get a complete sense of the story, okay? The 3 Brahmins studied astrology in Banaras. On the way back home, a landlord asked them a question. 2 of them could not answer the landlord's question. The third one gave the correct answer. The landlord offered them good food and shelter. Now we have the last exercise, okay? That is, answer the following questions. The first question for you. What did the first landlord say? Please, you think the answer, okay? Second question. What was the question of the second landlord? Please think its answer also. Third question. Why did the first Brahmin guess the thing in the landlord's hand must be something to eat? Okay. Now fourth question again. Who gave the correct answer? What was his reasoning? What was his reason? Okay. Again you have to think this answer. What is the moral of the story, dear students? Now you can check whether your thinking is right or wrong. I just want to give you the clues and you have to write them in full sentences, in complete sentences in your exercise book. After that, you can show it to your teacher later on, and even you can show to your guardians at your home, all right? The key answers, another question, what is the meaning of wheat? Okay. See, what did the first landlord say? The clues for you. House was small and fine, bigger house, okay? You have to write answer in complete sentence, all right? Another, to tell him what was there in his hand. Next, dinner time and hungry, all right? For question number 4, the third Brahmin, the things were bigger than his hand, and it should be, queen. Another, what is the moral of the story? I have already shown you also. Wit is better than book knowledge, or you can say common sense is better than book knowledge, or you can say common sense is not a common thing, Now, at first, I asked you the meaning of wit. So, the meaning of wit is intelligence or cleverness. Now, your homework is you have to write these answers in complete sentences, okay? Dear students, this much for today. I hope you enjoyed today's class, and at the same time, I hope you might have better understood this story. Now, this much for today. Have a good time. Goodbye.